Reminiscing of video games from the past is something I find myself doing often as a retro game collector and enthusiast, especially now when there are so many ways to play these classic games, whether it be through emulation, collecting, or the most popular method by playing the official remakes and remasters of ones that are available. We are currently living in the golden age of video game remakes and remasters, and I can't help but think of so many games I would love to see get the same treatment. Welcome to All Around Gaming. Today, we are going to discuss the top 5 games that deserve a remake or remaster. Let's get to it. Growing up in New York, there is one video game that I spent so much time playing and that I still find myself playing today. Number 5 on today's list is 50 Cent's Bulletproof. Released in November 2005 for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, the game featured members of G-Unit as well as many other artists such as Eminem and Dr. Dre. The gameplay takes on a third-person shoot-'em-up perspective, similar to the styles of games like Dead to Rights and Max Payne, with popular tracks from 50 playing in the background. Along with this, you could also perform brutal melee attacks that you could experience in slow motion. The storyline is based off of the attempted murder of 50, where you try to find the people responsible for shooting him 9 times, blazing a trail of revenge throughout New York as you battle endless gangs of mercenaries. 50 Cent Bulletproof is one of the classics that truly encapsulates the era of the early 2000s with its music, gameplay, and characters. I would love to see this game get a remaster or even a remake for modern consoles. Would you guys like to see Bulletproof get a second chance in the gaming world? Comment below. Rockstar Games has not had much success when it comes to the remaster of titles, but if they were to pivot away from Grand Theft Auto, there are so many titles that come to mind that definitely deserve the remaster treatment. And the first one that comes to mind is number 4 on the list, The Warriors. First releasing in 2005 for the PS2 and Xbox, The Warriors acts as a prequel to the events that follow up to the cult classic movie, and has you play through the events of the movie as well. The prequel aspect of the game is done so well as you get to see how the gang comes to be, and how each one of the members shown in the movie join in to create one of the most well-known and respected gangs in the city. The gameplay is some of the best for a video game from this era. It is more than just a straight-up brawler, as you can also rob storefronts, steal car radios, intimidate snitches, and the list of illegal activities goes on. The Warriors is definitely a top contender for the remaster treatment, and I hope Rockstar considers it for one someday. Let me hear your thoughts. Would you like to see The Warriors get a remake or remaster? Comment below. When looking back at the PS2 era, there are so many epic games that became ingrained into the memories of our childhood. One that has stuck with me till this day comes in at number 3 on the list. It is The Simpsons Hidden Run. Releasing back in 2003, Hidden Run was known at the time as the more family-friendly alternative to Grand Theft Auto. Well, there seems to be some recent news regarding this classic according to an article from the Gaming Bible website, and it is very exciting. A developer that goes by the name Reubs has been working on a remake for The Simpsons Hidden Run since August 2021, and now it is finally complete and apparently looks incredible. Unfortunately for us, it cannot be released to the public due to copyright laws and such, but there's always hope that Activision, the original developer, will take note to the popularity and public desire for the remake of this classic game. I mean, they wouldn't have to put in much effort for something that has already been created. Would you guys like to see a remake for The Simpsons Hidden Run? There are very few games back in the day that could mirror the success of Grand Theft Auto, but there is one that definitely tried. Number 2 on the list was a hard choice, but I feel this one definitely deserves its flowers. This is The Getaway. Taking place in London with a much darker tone in terms of the storyline, the player finds themselves playing as an ex-bank robber who is on a wild goose chase throughout the city to rescue his kidnapped son. Leaving a trail of bloodshed along the way, you find yourself making enemies with every gang and old acquaintances. A majority of missions are played on a time limit, which gives the player a sense of urgency and anxiety, which adds to the storyline significantly given the circumstances. The gameplay is very challenging in The Getaway. Along with taking a strategic approach when entering combat, you must monitor your character's health by paying attention to the condition of their body, and the only way to replenish your health is to let your character lean on a wall to rest. This can make or break you during a mission involving a lot of firefights. This gives the open world crime genre a much more realistic approach in my opinion, and is definitely something I would love to see more of if a remake were to ever be considered. Have you guys ever played The Getaway? And if so, would you like to see a remake or remaster of this classic? Alright guys, we have finally made it to number 1, but before we move forward, I would just like to say thank you to those of you still watching and enjoying the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, where we discuss which games from the past should get remade or remastered, drop a like and subscribe, as it will help me provide you with more videos like this one more often. Now, let's get back to it. There is a ton of debating and speculation regarding which Resident Evil game will be remade next. According to recent leaks, many speculate that Capcom will be going back to the very roots of Resident Evil with remakes of Resident Evil 0 and the first Resident Evil. However, many debate that the game that deserves the remake treatment the most is Code Veronica. First releasing in 2000 for the Dreamcast and then in 2001 for the PS2 with a more updated version, Code Veronica was considered to be the direct sequel to Resident Evil 2, as it follows Claire Redfield continuing the search for her brother, Chris Redfield, which lands her on Umbrella's secret military facility on Rockford Island as a prisoner. Gameplay is similar, but with minor updates such as implementing a dynamic camera and replacing the pre-rendered backgrounds with real-time 3D environments. Along with these minor changes, we also get some new enemies to fight, such as the horrifying Bandersnatch. It only makes sense to follow the direction of the main series, which means Code Veronica is next in line, being the actual 4th entry to the series. Would you guys like to see Resident Evil Code Veronica get the remake treatment? Well guys, that's all for today's video. I would love to hear what your top 5 list of games to be remade or remastered would be, so feel free to list them down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.